The story of Councilman Lawrence O. Payne's all-black women's basketball team offers a rare but important glimpse into the intersection of black political leadership, women's sports, and community life in the 1930s Cleveland, Ohio. Though only a small amount of direct documentation about the team survives, the team's existence reveals a great deal about the opportunities and limitations faced by black women athletes during the era of segregation. This team symbolized how black civic leaders use athletics to build community pride, visibility, and political influence during a period when African Americans were often excluded from mainstream institutions. Evidence suggests that in 1935, while running for re-election to the Cleveland City Council, Lawrence O. Payne sponsored a women's basketball team whose uniforms prominently displayed "Payne for Council" across the front. The team was photographed by Alan E. Cole, a noted African-American photographer, and that surviving image has become one of the few windows into this overlooked piece of black women's sports history. Lawrence O. Payne himself was an important figure in Cleveland's black political and legal history. Born in 1892, Payne served in the U.S. Army during World War I, later moved to Cleveland, studied law, and became one of the city's early black legal and political leaders. He was admitted to the Ohio bar and became Cleveland's first African-American assistant police prosecutor. He would later serve on the state parole board and help found the Cleveland Call and Post with William O. Walker, one of the most influential black newspapers in Ohio. Payne's civil role shows that he was not simply a politician using a novelty sport team for publicity, and also he was deeply involved in institutions that mattered to black Clevelanders. Historical accounts note that he supported local athletes and was involved with black community recreation through organizations such as the Cedar and Glenville YMCA branches. He would help advocate for more gymnasiums and swimming pools for African Americans in Cleveland, Ohio. The team itself existed during what historians now call the Black Fives era, the period roughly from the early 1900s to 1950, when African Americans created their own basketball teams, leagues, and institutions because segregation and discrimination shut them out of the controlled athletic spaces. This world included not only men's teams, but also a significant number of black women's basketball teams. Black women athletes had to navigate both racial exclusion and gender discrimination, making their participation especially significant. Most of these black women teams would come out of the black churches, YMCAs, social clubs, newspapers, and neighborhood organizations. One of the most interesting aspects of the Councilman Payne team is the way it sat at the intersection of sports and politics. The fact that the uniforms appear to have doubled as campaign promotion makes the team a fascinating example of how black political figures engage the community in creative ways. In segregated black neighborhoods, sports teams were often more than recreational clubs. They were social hubs, neighborhood symbols, and forms of public representation. Please like, subscribe, turn on the bell notification so you get all my videos. Add me on all social medias. Until next time, peace, one love.
So catch me if I fall.